Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. But
I just need to turn my laptop and that down. I think we should be good. Oh, Iceman's joined, that's good. So that's just got 12 at least.
He's on time. He's on time.
Well, it was just with Ruben saying that qualifying starting very soon. I was like, oh yeah, dancing man.
So all the other drivers will be spectating while you are doing your
Can you hear my voice on stream?
Normally you don't.
Lemmy, you flam back, can you hear me?
Let's do drivers.
I don't think I can. Not sure.
I mind I did a broadcast doing the Thursday ones, but I don't think I heard your voice. I think Ruben's voice, I could do Ruby's voice, but I don't think I didn't hear yours.
Normally mine is able to be shared, so I can guide you through the qualifying process.
Where's Ronnie?
I've sent him an invite.
Maybe he doesn't want to talk.
Oh, concentration.
YouTube, Savoys?
Yeah, I'm on YouTube. One person's watching it now.
Can you? Oh yeah, I need to find. Yeah.
So can you motherfuckers hear me?
Art Nascar. There we go.
Oh, so it is actually streamed, shared.
Okay. Yeah, Ronald did that earlier. I think it was either last night or this morning.
I don't mind, now I can talk shit to Lemmy. Lemmy, you Flemmy!
So you park off track but don't exit. No. You
right.
go. You.
Is it alright to mute you so I can do the introduction?
Yeah.
But
Alright, hello. Oh, there we go. Just waiting for it to be broadcasted back on. Right then, welcome everyone to this special event created by the bosses of ARC, the Adrenaline Racer community. We are going NASCAR racing around Blue Moon Speedway. I am your commentator, my Savaloy, if you want to call me Sean. Absolutely perfectly fine. We are at Blue Moon, this oval track. Oh, we'll just cut now to Thomas. We're just about to start qualifying. It's pretty much the same as old school qualifying, just a one lap shootout. You know, you do your out lap, your fast lap, and then that's pretty much it. So, yeah, I will have possibly a couple of people that will commentate with me. I think Ruben's is going to. He's going to call out the drivers all at once. So I think everyone is all coming into the pit lane. So, yeah, I think I shall unmute Ruby and see if we can get qualifying underway.
other than those who have done their lap or are doing it. Yes.
I've got myself a book, so because I'll be struggling for times here. So, wonder who's
to write the times down. You
mean? Yeah. I'll write the times down.
That's fine, man.
Whatever works for you, lad.
You can have the line timing open as well. That should work. So, you can write it down here.
Yeah, the live timing when you spectate yourself, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can spectate. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna load.
So we're just about to start qualifying here, folks.
I'm gonna reload the lobby, and then
the one-shot qualifying will be underway.
Good to go. Yes, Aloy. So I will call names of all the drivers one by one, and they will go out on track. They will do one out lap, right? Start their hot lap, and then after the hot lap, they will go back to the lobby.
Yeah.
So after they done their out lap, I will start naming the names of the next driver, and then they will go out, and so we'll have a continuous flow of all the drivers.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. That's fine. Ooh.
Oh, so nothing changed.
Look at that ice band here. Just that's a Aussie V8 livery that he's just got on now. Right then, so we've got what, 13 people? That's pretty good showing.
Yeah.
For the
something
inaugural
like
ARC Nascar event. So we're just waiting to see who's going to be the first one out on track.
You got anybody in favor who I should go let first, Savloy?
Whoever,
random?
just put it out in order, like say who's the first car that's closest on the exit, and then we'll just do it like that.
I can't see that. I think I am number one, but
I think you're number one. Yes,
so
I think you are.
It's gonna be difficult.
Start with number 2.
Lateral, Biscuit, Ronald.
Well, we'll just start with Thomas. Flip it. Why don't let's start with Thomas. I'll write his name down. Right then. Ooh, we've got 6 people watching. Hello, 6 people. Lemmy says hello, lads. How you doing? By the way, Lemmy, Thomas is talking
Lemmy.
talking a lot of crap about you, but luckily he's he can't hear you.
Some difficulties. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Okay, so all exit the race. Yeah.
Oh, I never thought about that. Good thinking there, lateral.
No, me neither. Yeah, indeed.
Good thinking there. Turbo Power says hello, guys. How you doing, Turbo? Tarbo, sorry.
Hey, what's up, Tarbo? Welcome to the stream.
Lemmy, can you hear me? Can you hear my voice, Lemmy?
I don't know.
Biscuit, Daryl, come on.
Right, we're just waiting for Biscuit and Daryl to leave. And
Guys.
Levy says, if
Oh,
only Thomas
man.
could drive as good as he could talk rubbish.
Oh, I'm reading.
Already the trash talking's already beginning. We haven't even done qualifying.
Come on, Biscuit and Daryl. Exit the track.
Yeah, I'm writing. I'm gonna write these lap times down. Right then, so I've got.
Join as you say.
I've got. I've got Contrail. Sorry, everyone. I've just got to write these. Whoever's gonna run out first here.
Yeah, I'll bring Contrail out first. I'll just do it chronologically.
All right then. Right, so we're gonna have Contrail out first.
Don't need to write this down. After this, everybody just goes out. Do fastest first. That's it.
Okay, so
Just
Contrail is going to
do
be out
one
on track right now, and we are going to follow him
Yep.
on his outlap.
And yep, going.
Yeah, and next up is going to be Yanir, who's going to go out.
Yanir, right, okay. Right then, so we're looking at Contrail, the first car to do a lap in that wonderful looking 314 Texaco GoPro Ford. They're all Ford Mustangs, aren't they?
Yes, all Ford Mustangs.
All Ford Mustangs, so here we go then. So, approaching the final turn for Contrail, who raced in the final race of Tier A at Interlagos. Driving the Alpha, now driving a Ford for this special one-off race as he goes off through the final turn and then starting his first flying lap. And here we go. Into turn 1 goes Contrail. Don't need to brake around the first corner. Slowly banked, but you could still get on the power. Now goes into 6th gear, into the tunnel turn. And then onto this long straightaway, you will go by past the second sector and then into the final corner, which is a lot more banked than the previous 2 turns, but you have to go down a couple of gears. Down into 4th gear, Contrail taking the shorter approach in. Little loose on the exit, and then he comes across the start-finish line in a time of 42.884. That's a decent lap time for Contrail.
That's very decent. Okay,
Solid
so
lap
Yanir's
time for
gonna come.
Contrail, and now we're looking at Janir, who is,
So
I believe,
Biscuit is gonna be next.
relatively new. I don't think I've seen Janir race.
No, from what I know, he's a part of the ERA members.
Oh, okay then.
And he has been here, I think, for quite some weeks now, but we haven't raced with him quite a lot. So this will be exciting to see him for the very first time in this event, actually.
Yeah, nice to see a few more Finnish people coming into the ARC. We saw someone in, I think it was Interlagos last week. I believe it was. I can't remember what his name was. But anyways, last turn for Janir. And let's see what lap time this will hold for Janir. He comes across the line in a time of 43.090, which puts him second.
Yeah.
And now it's the Black Biscuit that's now heading out on to the track. I love the Black Biscuit scheme. Normally one of the best livery creators in the ARC, along with Marvelous.
Thomas, you're up.
And now it's Thomas's turn. That will come up now. Black Biscuit comes across the line and start his flying lap, his one and only lap, into turn one.
Do we start already?
Little deceleration there. But sticking in 6th gear was the Black Biscuit. We've seen a few of them go in 5th gear. But Black Biscuit decided to go 6th. CG's in the chat as well, saying, "Sup fools, what's happening, CG?" Nom Nom's in the chat. Nom Nom's in the chat there.
Jelly.
Last turn for the Black Biscuit. Let's see, we've seen Black Biscuit before in a couple of endurance races. He did race last week at Interlagos 2. He posts a lap time of 43.638. That puts him provisionally 3rd place.
Alright, so Tom is gonna go into the final corner now. So I'm gonna call the next guy, which is Iceman.
I'm going to call Iceman next. So here we go then, Thomas. Definite pressure on Thomas. He's been fast since we did some practice here, so he could be a threat to challenge Contrails 42.884. Into turn 1, down a gear into 5th. Don't want to be touching that blue stuff there. Now into turn 2, absolutely Harry flatters through there.
Iceman, are you not on track, Iceman?
As we're waiting for Iceman, don't know where the F Iceman is, but he should be out on the track. Anyway, last corner now for Thomas.
Yeah, okay, there he goes.
Last corner for Thomas. Let's see what he can do. Can he challenge Contrails 42.884? And across the line in a 43.251, which puts him 3rd.
Okay, nice, okay.
251.
So now we need to wait for Iceman to...
So now we just got to wait for Iceman, who's just heading out onto the track. Turbo Power says Iceman is fast everywhere. We will find out in this one lap qualifying. Well, he's left.
Okay.
Right, that's interesting. That's not fast, isn't it?
Well,
might have been lag issues there. He'll join back. Let's see if we can get another one. Lateral G, possibly my pick to win this race. Which is no disrespect to Rubens or Thomas, that's also in this party chat here as well.
I would expect actually you'd pick Chrono Thomas, but yeah, that's a good guess, man. He's pretty.
My co-commentator heading out onto the track in that beautiful looking 364 Speedy Ford as he brushes the wall. What an amateur!
Oh man.
Chilled Nom Nom said fanboy Sav. Yeah, well, come on, I've got to support my co-commentator here. No, he's actually doing the proper NASCAR way, going wide to get more speed. Take note of that. Take note. Watch him go wide in the last turn here, because you will get more speed. So for any other drivers there that have not posted a lap time yet or watching the stream, take note of that, because you will get faster. Anyway, Lateral comes across the line and starting his one and only flying lap. Through the first. Oh, did he just brush the wall? He might have brushed the wall. Now into the tunnel town, lovely through there. And then on past the second sector and then into the final turn. He's going to go down 2 gears. He's going to stay in 5th now. He's going down to 4th. Get the power on. Here we go. Pressure. Lateral's been really quick. Let's see what he can do. It is a 43.435, which puts him 4th. So Lateral with not a good lap time there. So that puts him provisionally 4th place, and he will move down a few spots. So Black Biscuit is down to 5th as we look at DM Turtles with Hats in the 64 Quaker State car, which was Brett Bodine's livery back in '93. As for all you NASCAR fans out there, I'm a bit of a fan. Oh, he's in purple. He's purple in the first sector. So we could have ourselves a new pole position here. Pretty much on the rev limiter now as he goes through the last corner. This is important here. You've got to get the entry right and the exit right. Can't afford to brush the wall there. It looks nice and tidy. And Turtle with Hats could provisionally take pole position. Does he? No, 42.905. He goes on the outside of the front row.
So next up is Daryl.
Where's Daryl then? Where is he? Number 8?
Oh, yeah. Ronald's starting his hot lap.
Oh,
right
Ronald's
now.
starting his hot lap. Sorry, my apologies. Okay then, so Ronald. Let's see what he can do.
Going into T1.
Into turn 1.
High expectations for Ronald this evening. But it will not be so easy with the high slipstream force to get away. So we'll try to make it very difficult.
Oh, it will be very difficult. Yeah, it will be. But let's see. We know how quick Ronald Thomas is. We've seen him in a few TVT events, and he's been absolutely blisteringly fast. Let's see what Ronald can do here. Will it be in the 42s? Will it be pole position? It is a 43.210. So that, by my reckoning, puts him 3rd. And that will push Janio down to 4th, and Thomas down to 5th. And Lateral down to 6th, and the Black Biscuit down in last place. As we're looking now at Daryl in the 88 style car. I don't know if I've said that word properly.
In the beautiful orange. I really like the orange.
Yeah, it looks nice. That looks nice. Here he goes then through to the last turn, turn 3. Well, let's see what Daryl can produce there. Nearly brushes the wall.
The wall just a little, yeah.
And here he goes across the line. What lap time is it? It's a 43.256. And he will go into 6th place for Daryl. 256. Yeah, by my reckonings, he's 5 thousandths slower than Thomas's time. So who we're waiting for now? Eternicus. Come on then, Eternicus. Let's see what you can do. Is he out on track?
Yeah, he's coming out of the pits right now with some.
Take the days on the hot lap.
Oh, there he is. I've got him. I've got him.
Take the days on the hot lap.
Who's on a hot lap? Oh, T to D. My apologies. I keep getting that messed up. So then, T to D. He's on a hot lap. And let's see what he can do. He raced that livery last week at Interlagos, didn't he? He drove quite well. Before falling down, he goes 3rd place, I believe. Yes, he does. So that is a 43.148. So provisionally that puts him 3rd. It pushes Ronald down to 4th.
Iceman, are you going to respond this time?
This will be our 10th person going to qualify, Eternicus.
Iceman is... Oh, there he is. Yeah. So Eternicus started his hot lap right now, and Iceman is going to come out of the pits at this moment.
Which he is. Hopefully he will not lag out like the last time.
Yeah, hopefully he can finish his lap.
Lemmy says speedy KFC machine regarding Ronald's one, but not a fast lap time. Currently Ronald 4th, so he's going to be on the outside of row 2 as it stands. Not unless if a tourniquet can say anything about it as he goes through the last turn. Down a couple of gears.
There he comes.
Getting a little sideways. Car's getting a little sideways on the exit at turn 3. Let's see what lap time he's going to produce here. It's a 43.735. That is currently the slowest lap time for a tourniquet, so he is 10th.
Okay. Iceman is coming out of the final corner right now, so he's going to start his hot lap.
Yep, and luckily he's not lagging, so that's good to see.
That's very good. I will send out Cluter next.
So we're on to the start-finish line to start his one and only lap time is Iceman. Into turn 1. And then just nearly kissed the wall on the exit.
Is Cluter out on track? I cannot see him at this moment.
Who, sorry?
Cluter, the Canadian?
I don't see him yet. Don't think so. Oh, little brush with the wall on Iceman. Hopefully that's not advantage to scrub some sort of speed. But here we go.
Okay, so apparently there are some...
And Iceman comes across the line 43.375.
Okay,
which puts
so Cluter
him...
had some issues getting out of the pits, I guess. So that makes me to go next, I assume.
I'm trying to figure out what lap time Iceman is done. Trying to figure it out here. He might be 8th. Yes,
Iceman
he's
has
8th.
done a 43.375.
Yeah, I just noticed that. Yeah, he's 8th place at the moment.
I cannot leave the track. Okay, I'm stuck.
And now we've got ourselves a bit of a problem here.
Yeah, the lobby is bugged.
As per usual.
Thank you, PD, for this awesome... Yeah, no, I cannot.
Was there any other people that were supposed to go out? I know Rubens, you was one of them, and then...
Yeah, I need to go out, but I can't, and Cluter as well.
Cluter. So I'm guessing we might have to restart the lobby again, I don't know. And then for them to go out, because I think it was just used two that was left, I believe.
It's only me and Cluter that is left to set the time. But since we both cannot, I'm gonna ask everyone to leave the track so I can make a picture of all the times that they've set so far. And then hopefully restart the lobby.
Yeah, so far, Contrail, who was the first car out, is on pole position. Tourniquet is going back out again, don't know why. Now we're looking at Ruben, that's a lovely looking livery that I created.
So Biscuit Thomas, all off track please. It's difficult, I think. These guys, they don't really understand it.
Oh no, someone did. I forgot who it was. Black Biscuit. So currently,
Thomas,
as it stands... As it stands so far, Contrail is on pole, followed by Turtle, T to D in third, 4th is Ronald, 5th is Janier, 6th is Thomas, 7th is Daryl, 8th is Iceman, 9th is Lateral, 10th is the Black Biscuit, and 11th is a Tourniquet. And we're waiting for Cloutier and Rubens to set a lap time, but the lobby is bugged at the moment.
Yes, there we go. So, Cluter, can you... Let's see...
Now we're just seeing if Cloutier can go, hopefully.
Can you see him on track?
Yeah, I can see him on track, yeah.
There he is.
He's coming out on track now.
Too many people in the pit lane, I guess.
Lemmy says Thomas has probably gone for a poo. That's lovely to hear that. Anyways, Cloutier coming out on track, doing his outlap. He's the penultimate racer in this. And then the best till last, Ruby.
Wow.
Will be the last person out.
Last not least, I don't have high hopes, especially not with everybody watching me right now. So.
Oh, you've only got about 13 people plus the other people that's going to be watching. Turtle Hat says he doesn't see Clout Air.
Yeah, we'll restart the lobby.
Yeah, we'll probably make a new lobby.
Check. Yeah. Okay. So he's going to start his hot lap right now.
His one and only hot lap in the Kinder/NOS energy drink Ford. See, I would have thought Ford Terminator would have been racing in it. He said he was.
Yeah, he couldn't make it for one or another reason, so he excused himself. I think yesterday evening.
Oh,
so
right,
it was
yeah.
quite nice of the lad to excuse himself. So we know he can't make it.
So then here goes Cloud there going to the last turn. Little wide on entry. Might scrub him some speed, but here we go. Let's see what lap time this will hold for Cloutair. It is a 43.754, which is the slowest lap time. So Cloutair will be 12th. And now it is Ruben's turn. And here he is.
Don't put too much pressure on me, Savoy, otherwise I'll choke.
The favourite, Ruben, is out on track.
Oh man. Okay,
Lemmy says go get him, Ruby.
Turn. Go get him, Ruby.
Nom Nom says the man that is Ruby. Can I also have some credit as well, because I made the livery. So Lemmy, if you like that livery, just, you know, yeah.
All credits to Savvy.
All credits to me for making it. So then here he goes across the line to start his one and only lap.
That was
you
my
did
one
it?
and only lap.
Oh, well, I thought it was your out lap.
Whoa.
My apologies. A 43.163. That will put you 4th.
Oh, that's nice.
Blistering hot potato.
Blistering hot potato, that is.
A blistering
Nice
hot
one,
potato. So Contrail, who was the first card out, will get the pole position.
Well, ain't that nice. So everybody leave the race.
Now I'm trying to figure out who's next there. So I will. Oops. I'm just trying to figure all this out here. So I will tell you what the starting grid will be. So then, Contrail will start on the pole. Followed by Turtle with Hats. The only two drivers to hit the 42s. Then on the inside of row 2 is Taylor D, followed by Ruby. Then in 5th place is Ronald. 6th is Janier. 7th is Thomas. 8th is Daryl, 5,000 slower than Thomas. 9th is Iceman. 10th is Lateral. He'll be very disappointed with that, Lateral, my co-commentator. 11th will be the Black Biscuit. 12th is Eternicus, and Cloutier will complete the grid. Yeah, Lemmy, that was DM Turtle with Hats there, who's starting on the outside of the front row. So now, what's the plan now, Ruben? Are we going to make another lobby? Have you got all the names down?
No, I'm just going to let everybody do one lap, so all the times get set on the board, right? So we can see all of the times, and then I can make a picture. Then we can start making a new lobby. And then hopefully we can start the race without any issues.
Right, okay. Anyway, oh, we got our 50th comment. Woohoo! Marvin Gayrow says, GG, yo. Yeah, everyone wishes the best of luck. Who gets DQ'd? No one gets DQ'd at Eternicus. It's just... No, I don't think there's no disqualifications, aren't there?
No, that was initially the plan because more than 17 people signed up, but now in the end there are not enough people to fill the whole lobby, so nobody gets disqualified.
I keep pushing the wrong button. I meant to be pushing that button, that's it. So we'll see the live time in here so you can see for yourselves there. It's a little bit messed up, I know. But
No, normally it's chronologic except for mine, Savoy, because I am off the track. But it's all chronologic because everybody is on track now.
Well, it says there Jania's in third, but he should be.
He is in third.
Sixth.
He has a 43.09.
Yeah, you gotta make sure that they stop.
090, yeah, you gotta, yeah. Otherwise,
Oh,
there's
yeah,
some cheating. We don't want cheaters in this.
I'm making the pictures right now.
So then let's have a look then at your current pole sitter, ERA Contrail. Ah, that's Marvelous. Oh, right, Marvelous is Marvin. Right, there we go. How you doing, Marvelous? You gonna enjoy this race? I think this is gonna be a fun race. I'm just hoping that there will be overtakes here. Like, I really do.
Thomas, do you know if I need to restart the whole lobby? Or can I just change the setting? No, I think I need to restart the whole lobby.
Yeah, because I think DM said he couldn't see Cloud there.
So you're gonna have to restart the lobby.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry, Savoy, but you'll have to join again.
Okay, then. There we go. So, qualifying is over. Leave a comment on the top chat. See who do you think will be the favourite to win this race? Or who do you think will win?
Contrail's pretty quick, eh?
Yeah. I'm disappointed with Lato there because he said he's been on it since, like, he's done a lot of practice there, and he'll be disappointed starting 10th.
Well, it's a one-lap qualifying, so it's pretty difficult to actually perform, under all the pressure.
Yeah, you can't afford to make any mistakes at all. Like, you've got to be, pretty much on it, nail the track, nail the corners well.
Okay, I got the lobby open.
And, right, I think the lobby is back open.
So hopefully all the issues are...
Hopefully fixed.
Yeah, hopefully.
Robert Schultz says there are no favourites here, so Robert is sitting on the fence with this one. Eldorado Dragon says he's not feeling well. Get some tablets, you'll be fine then.
Can we perhaps get a vote going for who's got the best livery going on?
Oh yeah, get a vote for the best livery. Vote for me. Vote for Ruby. Thank you. Right then, so 100 laps around this 2-mile track. Can my voice take it? I hope so.
So the whole race should take more or less an hour and 15 minutes. Let's hope we can all be
pretty much. Nom Nom says I like teas. Lemmy likes the burgers and fries from your car, Thomas.
Oh snap!
Oh, I can feel the love.
Oh, smooch.
Even though Thomas has said a lot of crap about your Lemmy as well, and you're still voting for his favourite car, eh? How much did you pay him then, Thomas?
Burger.
And fries.
Yeah.
Obviously, Marvelous will go for the KFC, obviously, because he created it. I mean, that is a finger-looking good livery. But, yeah, have we got all of them out on track? Well, in the pits, really.
Hopefully. Do we have 12 people normally, Savoy?
I think it was 13. I think we had 13.
Okay, so that is an issue.
I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be the same situation as Remy and PK during the Interlagos race. They're just not going to see each other.
Yeah, but the chance that they will, meet each other on track will be much bigger than...
The thing is, I believe they're just not there for a game. They'll just go through each other, I believe, is what will happen. They will act as if they're not even there.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't think that has to be a huge issue.
That's very weird. Are we missing someone?
Definitely missing someone. I'm trying to figure out who it is. I think we're missing Iceman.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're missing Iceman.
Well, where is that boy now?
There he is.
There he is. Speaking about the devil.
Right on cue.
He's always there to make a late, you know, fashionable entry.
So how many pit stops would you think there'll be? Possibly 3 or 4?
So the fuel will last you for 25 laps. The softs will about last you for 20 good, decent laps, and then they'll start to drop off. So we might see maybe 3 pit stops, so every 25 laps, but we also might see 4 pit stops maybe. Maybe even mediums, who knows? I'm not sure, I haven't tested too much with the mediums, to be honest.
Let's look at that. Take the day's lap time in this new lobby. 42.891 would have provisionally put him second and only 7,000 slower than Contrails. Contrails pole position time.
Oh, come on.
I think Turtles has got a problem and they can't see other cars.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Because I don't think it's from my end, and I don't think it's from the host lobby's end, so it must be from his.
Yeah, I can see everybody clearly. Okay.
Chilled Nom Nom saying it's always Iceman. Just might as well change his name to Late Man or whatever.
Oh snap.
Oh, Rono has joined the chat.
Rono.
Have you got SC for rolling start? Safety car? Nah, I don't think so. I think they're just going off for the start.
Yeah, we're just going with the rolling start from the game setting.
And for all you people there, the 18 people that are watching this race, no, I'm not doing a rolling start song that's played in Daytona USA. I'm not doing that. I can't reach that high of a voice. As if anyone has actually played Daytona USA before. I've also just noticed there as well that it's Darryl Waltrip's last ever commentary today as well, because he's hanging up his mic after this, so I think I might as well do a boogity boogity boogity, I think. I think Nom Nom is I think Nom Nom knows what I'm on about, I hope. I the Black Biscuit does as well. I'm definitely not going to sing it. No. Even if you give me £1 million, I would still not do it. So then we're just waiting for confirmation from DM, and then I shall mute. Shall I start muting you then, Ruby and Thomas, and then you can concentrate, and then I can start the commentary?
Yeah, do a test start first.
Oh, we'll do a test start. Okay, right. So we're doing a test start. Is
And then I'm gonna set the grid, and then you can mute me, that Savoy, and if you want to ask me something, you just unmute me, and we'll have a nice chatter, cup of tea, biscuit,
a bit of banter,
hot lemonade.
Hot lemonade. Exactly.
Nom Nom says, honestly, what do we pay you for you, Sav? Give me Hannibal rings. That's all I'm just asking, eh? Right, so this is not the official starting grid. This is just a test start.
Yeah, we're gonna check if anybody is stuck. Hopefully there is not. And Then we can start kicking things off. I hope everybody can hear me well and the volume is not too low. Otherwise I should speak up a little bit. So I'm off. How is everybody looking, Savvy?
Yeah, everyone's looking good at the back. Yeah, I think we're all good to go, right?
I see a guy in the back. See on the back?
Ice is, DM says Ice is stuck.
Who's that?
Oh, DM's stuck as well. So,
There's somebody on the middle of the track right here. I can see.
yeah, it's DM. It's DM.
Okay. Yeah, that is the problem, eh? I think he's gonna go again.
I think apart from that, everything looked all good to me.
Yeah, so if DM is stuck now again, then there's little we can do for him at the moment.
Well, that's going to be a huge thing because he's starting on the outside of the front row.
Did he?
Yeah, he was supposed to start second.
Yeah, he did. That's correct.
So hopefully DM Turtle Hats will get his connections sorted out. Otherwise, I don't know what will happen to him. Here he comes again.
Otherwise, there's little we can do for him, of course. We cannot keep on delaying this because it's almost 9 o'clock already, right here.
Been practicing well all this week, Robert says. I wonder if that is DM Turtle Hats, that Robert that's been saying. I don't know.
It is.
It is? Okay then. Yes, it is. Okay, just that's confirmation. There we go. So, are we doing another test start for this, or what's happening now?
No, I'm just gonna set the grid and.
Oh, so we're setting the grid.
Yeah,
There's not much
hopefully
there.
there's not much we can do if DM is stuck again. I'm sorry, DM.
Right then. So I should start muting yous, and I will get myself going. I've already done it. I said something in the middle of a conversation what he was saying now. Right then, so it's just been out. Ruben is going to concentrate because he is participating in this race. Like I says again, the starting grid should be as follows: Contrail, followed by Turtle. Then in third is Tater D. Fourth is Ruben. Fifth is Ronald. Sixth is Jania. Seventh is Thomas. Eighth is Daryl. Ninth is Iceman. Lateral G, my co-commentator, will start 10th. Lemmy says, I'm praying for you, ain't stuck to it. Well, I hope so too, because you're starting on the outside of the front row and they're going to start it. They're not doing a test start, they're doing the proper racing. Anyway, Lateral is 10th, Black Biscuit 11th, 12th is Eternicus, and 13th is Cloud Air. As we're looking at Thomas, Mr. TT, who raced in Tier A in seasons 1 and 2, decided to quit halfway through season 2 because of the issues that's happened. But hopefully we'll get to see Thomas out again in season 3. He's a likeable character in the ARC community. DM Turtle Hats there, doing some lovely donuts, as well as Tater D. So then, strap yourselves in, boys and girls. This race could be exciting. Here we go then. It's the race. 100 laps around this 2-mile speedway. 200 miles in all. This is how they will look. Flashing the lights there from Contrail. Contrail, Turtles, Janier, Tay Day should be third actually. Ronald should be 5th. Thomas should be 4th. But, oh well, never mind. And now the cars are moving to get the start of this 100. Oh, and Turtle stop moving again. Turtle will stop moving. Well, boogity, 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 we are underway, and Contrail is absolutely off and away. But obviously disappointment for Turtle there, starting in the 2nd place. And he can't do the race. Oh, no, I can understand Turtle's frustration there, literally. But the 100 lap event is underway, unfortunately. We can't stop again. So then, here we go then. Let's see if anyone else is clean then. Janier in 2nd, Tater Day in 3rd, Ruben 4th, Ronald 5th, Thomas 6th, Daryl 6th, Daryl was 7th, sorry, Lato is 8th, followed by the Iceman, the Black Biscuit in 10th, Cloud Air is up to 11th, and the Tournicus now in 12th. We're supposed to have 13 runners, we now have 12 because of Turtle with Hat's car. Turtle with Hat's car just freezing at the start again. But anyway, it's Contrail that's led the first lap. As we're on to lap 2 of 100, 99 laps to go. And them two have already pulled away. They've got themselves a substantial gap over the guys in 3rd on back. They need themselves to work together if they want to catch up to Janier and Tater Dean. That definitely sucks there for Turtle with Hats there, considering how he's been practicing all week, he said in the chat though. But you know, my heart goes out there to DM, but you know, I don't know what else you could do. They've tried it, and I really don't know. Anyways, we've got ourselves a 4-car battle for 3rd place. Janier is now taking over the lead, side by side. This is going to allow the guys 3rd on back to close up. So Janier is now into the lead. Contrail down to 2nd. Tater D with that 4-car train that he's trying to pull. Neargal says, let's go ERA boys. There we go, let's see. They're going to be all bump drafting, aren't they? Let's go riding on board with Thomas, Mr. TT. Here we go then. This is what he sees just ahead of him. He's got the best view in the house, tucked into the slipstream of Ronald Thomas with Ruben, with Turtle with Hats, and they are closing in with the top 2. Looking further behind there, you see Daryl looks like he's all alone in 7th place, with Lato in 8th. And then into 6th gear we go, into the tunnel town. This is turn 2. He's just trying to ease off the throttle there, just to give Ronald the space there to get back into that battle for 3rd. You see them all bump drafting each other. They are trying their best to catch up with the top 2 that's ahead of them. Dance Video 3, what's happening there, Dan? Dance Video 3, how you been doing? Just joining in there. Such a disappointment there with DM Turtle Hats there, just quitting the race after his car didn't start. I'm starting in 2nd place, but yeah, still on board with Thomas, Mr. TT, still in that 6th place. Tater D leading this charge to try and catch up to Contrail and Janier up front. They have pulled away quite a bit now with Daryl, who's sitting back in 7th place. We will go back to that in just a minute here, but let's ride on board with our co-commentator Lateral G. He's got Iceman coming up on the back of him as they're going into the final turn for the 5th time. Cloud now in 10th, Black Biscuit in 11th. Eternicus there struggling in last place there. I didn't even know that the Eldorado Dragons is Eternicus there, but apparently he's not feeling too well. So, you know, keep yourself up there, Eternicus, you'll be alright. Looking here again at the back of Lato. We will look again. Oh, Iceman having a look at his contact! Well, I don't know if that was the right thing to do there for Lato. Let's get ourselves a replay of that. Yeah, I think he had the inside there, but Iceman was trying to go for a gap that really didn't exist. And now Lato's down to 8th. Clout Air, who started, I believe, in last place, I think. He's up to 8th place, so solid run here for Clout Air. That would have been that could have been disastrous there, but Lato, he's still a fair racer though himself, tucking into the slipstream of his fellow Canadian. Let's see. Oh, battle for the lead now. Contrail passes Janier, but now we're going to have ourselves a 6-car battle for the lead now, because Janier and Contrail, after all that battling they've done, it's now allowed Tater Day, Ruben, Ronald and Thomas to catch up to them. So we've got ourselves a 6-car scrap for the lead as we're going into turn 1. Tater Day now. Good view there of all 6 cars battling out again for the lead there. Darrow looked like he ran a bit wide in turn 1. Meanwhile, there's a battle going on for 10th place. The Iceman, who nearly caused a big wreck the last lap before, is got some pressure behind the Black Biscuit in 11th in that wonderful looking STP Ford. So I'm seeing now, looking like Lato was trying to make a move on the inside of Clout Air. That last corner there, it can do anything. Like, you can have the inside, you can have the shortest way, you can go the wide lane on the in turn 3, but you will get better speed off the turn. And here comes Lato. He thinks about having a look to the inside. He feels like he's clearly faster than Clout Air. But now we've got ourselves a 3-car scrap for 7th place. Clout Air and Lato have caught up to Darrow. It's just a case of working together now, and that's what Lato and Clout Air are doing. The 2 Canadians are pretty much clotheslining the Ford of Darrow. Oh, and Clout Air running a bit wide there, and that's what I mean. Now you can see the speed that Clout Air will get off the turn, and he will hold on to that position. Meanwhile, Tater Day is now into 2nd place. He's past Janier. Right on board with Thomas, Mr. TT again, and he sees he's just a little bit far back as the cars are now double file going through turn 2, and Janier is getting absolutely clotheslined, and he's fallen down into 5th place. But Thomas needs to catch up here. He's in a bit of risk of losing the draft. Just touching the rev limiter, going down into 4th gear, into the 2nd lane, and then up against the wall on the final turn to start lap 11. It's Contrail from T, from Ruben, from Ronald, from Janier, from Thomas. That's your top 6. Clout Air in 7th, Lato in 8th, Darrow 9th, and I'm wondering if Iceman and Black Biscuit are 10th and 11th, and Eternicus in 12th already won retirement before the race had even started. That is DM Tilt with hats, as nearly Ronald was thinking about going on the outside of Ruby. Let's actually see. Oh my god, there's not a lot of room there on board now with Ronald Thomas, and the 3 of them are literally nose to tail. Will Tater Day think about having a look to the inside of Contrail? Does he want to lead this race? Does he want to lead this race? He wants to stick in behind Contrail. Good racing there between the top 6 there, battling nose to tail there. Just less than a second separates the top 6, and then they've got a big gap over the guys in 7th on back. Nearly 6 seconds there from Clout Air to Lateral G, who's looking a bit laggy to me. But yeah, Lateral G all over the back end of his Canadian teammate, if you will. Followed by Lateral G. Oh, and Lateral G makes the pass on Clout Air and takes the 7th place. Although Clout Air had the speed off the turn 3. And now they're going to go side by side. And now with that mistake, it's going to allow Lateral to move down to 9th. And Clout Air, Darrow's going for a double pass here. And he's done it. He's back to 7th. So good racing between those 3. They're going to make it 3 abreast nearly. Ho ho ho. In fact, they are making it 3 wide. Look at this, Darrow. Lateral G makes it go 3 wide, and he goes back into 7th. Good racing between these 3 here, who are having a battle. And now Clout Air, they're 3 wide going into the final turn. This could end in tears here. Oh, was there a bit of contact? Possibly. And this nearly, I thought they were 3 wide on the exit of turn 3, but no, held it together, and Latto sticks into 7th place. Although they've lost themselves a chunk of time to the guys 6th on forward. Meanwhile, Contrail take the D. Ruben, Ronald, Janier and Thomas pretty much looks like they're all working themselves together to try and pull away from Latto. Yeah, but they're seeming to be, you know, cohesively working together, these 6 guys. Tater D literally bump drafting Contrail as they're going into the first corner. On board now with Tater D. It was quite impressive in the Interlagos race that we've seen him for the first time last week. Very impressed with Tater D. Looks like he could be one to be threat to be reckoned with if he wants to race in TRA for season 3. Again into the slipstream. Contrail will gain at least another 6 miles an hour with that bump draft. And then down a couple of gears into 4th gear. Let's see what's happening further behind. As Ruben still in 3rd place, Ronald 4th. Janio sort of falling back a bit in 5th with Thomas. There he is, back on board with Thomas. Yeah, so yeah, the gap is still spread just a tinsy bit. Ronald looking to the inside. Thomas is bump drafting Janir there. That was pretty much a case of the bump and run. But they've got to be careful, because if they're going to be side by side, they're going to lose the draft with the top 4. In which they will have done, but they're now double file for the lead. 4 cars at it together. Double file. Ronald was helping with Rubens, and it looks like, oh, and Rubens is going to take the lead, possibly. But watch the speed off the exit of turn 3 will happen, and Tater D might pick up 2nd place, and yes, he does. That battle's still raging on for 7th place between Dado, Lateral G and Clout Air. But now it's a 4-car battle for the lead. Janine and Thomas, Mr. TT, have fallen out of the draft. So then Contrail has led everyone but 2 laps, I believe. Something like that. But Tater D looking very racy, goes for a different lane. Drivers now losing a bit of a higher lane, just to maybe save a bit of tyre wear, but also get the speed off the turn. My dog's looking out the window, looking at me. Oh, Ruben a little sideways at turn 1. Did he get a little nudge from Ronald? Quite possibly. So then Contrail has got a bit of advantage now over Tater D, 4 temps, and now I'm wondering if this is a strategy what Tater D's doing. Ruben just flashing the lights, he's saying get on with it, T. That's what he's saying, get on with it, and we'll have ourselves another battle here, but I'm wondering if Tater D is sort of falling back a bit just to give Ruben and Ronald a slipstream, and then possibly them 3 will work together and try and get by Contrail, who's led every lap apart from 2, maybe 3 laps because of Janir. Top 4 there, close. Then you've got Janir in 5th, nearly 2 seconds behind that. Oh, and Janir and Thomas have hit the wall. I think Thomas wants to get on with it. He's literally just making dents on Janir's back end of the Ford Mustang. Meanwhile, this battle still rages on for the lead. It's the Swedish Contrail, followed by Tater D, the Scotsman, followed by the Belgian Ruben, and then it's the Welshman Ronald in 4th position. Still that battle is going on for 7th place. Let's have a look at this then. Lateral G versus Daryl. It looks like Cloudtail has sort of fallen on the end of it now, and look at the background there. It looks like the Black Biscuit and Iceman are working together, and they're slowly catching up to Clout Air in 9th position. through turn 1 they go. Eternicus there, still not well, but he's still hanging on in there in that last place. But he's still doing a good job, considering he's not been well. Yeah, but you see the gap now between Cloudtear to the Black Biscuit is now 1.7 seconds, up to 1.8 now. Wondering if Cloudtear is on the back end of the slipstream with Darrow, which he is. Lato has gone up into 7th. Someone flashed the lights there. I think it was Black Biscuit, possibly. But yeah. Oh, look at this now. Battle for second place. Ronald Thomas. His goal for second on Tater D. Ronald was past Rubens as well. And now they're going into turn 3 for the 21st time. Side by side for second place, but Tay will get the run. On board now with Ronald again in that KFC Dr. Pepper car, number 10. And he's going to hold on into 3rd position there, but he had a big challenge to get that 2nd place, but he holds on to 3rd. This is when the tyre wear will start to happen now. Here goes, he's going to look on the inside of the 56 of Tater D, and he will take that 2nd place, will he? But now Tater D will possibly... Can Ronald shut the door and T? No, he can't. But here comes Ruben with a big push. Is that going to help Ronald to the lead? It's certainly not. But is it going to hold on to 2nd place? Possibly not, because here comes T with the slipstream from Contrail, and he will hang on to that 2nd spot. This is good racing here between the top 4. Look at them. Look at them. Half a second separating the top 4. Jania and Thomas have fallen way back, nearly 5 seconds behind, and that is what is really important around this track. You've got to have the slipstream. If you're after like a second or over, then you're not going to get in the slipstream, as Thomas nearly blocks Ruben into the wall. Yeah, I can understand that it would have been a 5-car battle for the lead. Thomas, Mr. TT, has passed Jania, but he's going into pits. Thomas is in the pit lane, so he's going for the undercut here. Interesting to see there. Thomas Lateral is also in. Oh, and the team, did he scrape the wall? Did he scrape the wall? Let's have a replay of that. Let's see. Bump drive Contrail. Now then, let's see, going into turn 1. Oh, did he get a little tap from Ronald Thomas? Was that a case of the bump and run? Well, they are racing like NASCAR boys, aren't they? But now Tater D is falling down to the tail end of there. Is this yellow flag? That's probably cars coming out into the track. I believe that will be... Oh, Cloudtear's in the pits. Lateral G, and now he's going to be lapped. Oh, he doesn't want to cause a bit of a battle here, a bit of an issue, but he holds on to it well. So he will tuck into between Ruben and Tater D, who might possibly have fallen off of the draft. So he'll need Lateral's fuel slipstreaming. Tater D's not thinking properly here. He should be helping Lateral. Oh, cars are going in. Ronald was actually leading, and now he's into the pit lane. Ruben is as well, followed by Tater D. So Contrail staying out again to do another lap. That's 1/4's length of this race completed. Contrail, Iceman, the only two to stay out. I would say Lateral could be up here because he's tucked into the slipstream. So he could be a little bit further up than we've seen him before. It's just interesting to see where Ruben and Ronald will all come out. If they are coming out, because I think Ronald was leading at the time. Tater D goes out first. Tater D will come out ahead of Ronald. So if things will stand now as Contrail goes into the pit lane, Tater D could possibly be our new race leader. Now the Iceman is coming into the pit lane from 2nd place, so he will fall a bit back. But yeah, all eyes now on Contrail, putting the fuel in the car. changing the tyres and all. So who will come out in the lead? I think that's the leaders coming off of turn 3. I believe, yes it is. Now, will Contrail come out in the lead? He's hanging on for such a long time. Here we go, and yeah, he's coming out in 3rd, possibly 4th. Yes, he comes out in 4th position, so T will inherit the race lead. Ronald in 2nd, Ruben 3rd, and then Contrail falls down into 4th position. Thomas Mr. TT in 5th, then it's Lateral G in 6th, followed by Janier in 7th. Now, if them two could work together, they could catch up to Thomas Mr. TT because he's all by himself. And that gap there, 4.7 seconds, that can close if Janier can work with Lateral. And then there were 2. Yes, there will be 2. Oh, and I think Ronald's going for the lead, and he has done. Now, I wonder if that was a ploy, a strategy from T to let Ronald Thomas through. Quite possibly. Lap 28 out of 100. We'll give you the positions after the first of a few pit stops. It's Ronald from T from Rubens, from Contrail, Thomas from Lateral, Janier, Darrow in 8th, 9th is Cloudtail, a battle with the Black Biscuit. Iceman is 11th, and Eternicus still hanging on in that 12th position. Looking here at this battle then for 6th place between Lateral, the Canadian, and Janier in the finish. Just got told by Ruben that Janier is a member of the ERA. Doing a good job is Janier. Oh God, the Black Biscuit hits the wall hard on the exit of turn 3. It does look intense actually, Dabo, it really does, but you know, it's still early days. There's still 70 laps to go, so this race is not over yet. Now then, I'm wondering if Janier can actually catch up with Lateral G, because I don't know if he knows a thing about NASCAR, but he needs to help Lateral. He needs to bump draft him so he can close that bit up on Thomas Mr. TT. The gap is slowly coming down. It's like a 10th a lap, but that's not going to be enough. I think what Lateral needs to have is to have Janier be all over the back end, bump draft him, and then he'll be a lot closer to Thomas. Looking at Contrail, who was leading the most of the laps before making his first pit stop. So sort of the undercut sort of worked a bit, but you know, Contrail was the worst of it there, as he's down to 4th from leading. Let's see what's going on there. Nope, now it's a 3-car battle for the lead. Ruben has caught up, brushes the wall on turn 3. So it's a 3-car battle now for the lead. Look how dent that. Ruben, look after my livery properly. Goodness me. Going into the tunnel turn, past lap 30. And now we're down to 3 now. Contrail's not going to catch up to these 3 cars if they're going to be battling together. Now, now let's see what's happening now. Now, I think Janier is getting the hang of this NASCAR slipstream and bump drafting thing, because the gap is now coming down a lot to Thomas Mr. TT. It's now less than 4 seconds. So if Janier can still keep battling with Thomas, they can catch up with Thomas and then catch up with Contrail, and then the 4 cars will battle faster than the 3 that's battling for the lead, and we could have ourselves a 7-car battle for first place. Nico says tough spot for Contrail. No, it is, it really is, because he's not gaining on the top 3. He's sort of pulling, the gap is sort of stabilising between him and Thomas, and that's all because they're not in the slipstream. What would you do if you were Contrail? I would actually sort of slow down a bit, maybe get the draft off Thomas, because Thomas could be a little bit worried now, because Lateral and Janier are working together and they are slowly catching in on Thomas. Darrow all by himself in 8th, and now you've got a 3-car scrap for 9th place. The Iceman is now into 9th, followed by the Black Biscuit and Cloud Air. Black Biscuit giving Iceman a lovely bump draft, and now they're going to go side by side into turn 1. Oh, bit of contact from the Black Biscuit. That was a bit aggressive. That wasn't a case of the bump and run there. That was a case of move out the way. Dance for the 03, what you missed, you did miss pit stops, and Ronald came out, Tater Day came out in the lead. Contrail came in 1 lap too late, and he's fallen down to 4th place. But yeah, I think Iceman, Black Biscuit, and that needs to be a bit smart, because Daryl's not in, he's not battling with anyone. If them three can work together instead of Black Biscuit battling with the Iceman, they could catch up with Daryl. Because I think that's what Jania was trying to do with Lato. Let's see now. It's sort of going up to 3.8, so I thought the gap would have been slowing down a bit, but appears to be not happening. Meanwhile, I didn't notice that, but Rubens is now into 2nd place. Rubens and the Rainbow Warriors DuPont Ford Mustang has now got himself into 2nd place. So it's Ronald, Rubens, Tater Day, Contrail, Thomas, Lato, Jania, Daryl. That's your top 8. I tell you what, Contrail is actually catching them. He's now in the slipstream of Tater Day. So we will have ourselves a 4-car battle for the lead yet again. Rubens with the fastest lap of the race, a 42.586, which is normal in NASCAR. They do go faster than they've qualified. That always is the case in NASCAR. Now let's see, the gap now between Lato to Thomas with the TT is now down to less than 2 seconds. So I'm wondering if Thomas is sort of slowing down a bit to get Lato and Jania's draft and try and catch up with the top 4 that's ahead of them. Possibility, but it might work. I don't know. Let's see, Contrail. Did Contrail make a little mistake? He's fallen off a little bit back on Tater Day. We did say it was like less than half a second. It's just over it now. Let's see what's going on then for this battle there. And yep, I think they've listened to me. The Black Biscuit and that are sort of working together. So we've got ourselves a 4-car battle for 8th place very soon. Eternicus there holding on to his own again in last place. Like I said, he's not feeling well, but he's still doing a great job there just to be out on the track. So then, Ronald, Ruben, T, Contrail, that's your top 4. Top 4 separated by just less than 7/10 of a second. Lateral G still in 6th, then Thomas in 5th. Janier still trying to help Lateral. But he's taking different lines there. That's a problem. If you're taking different lines, you're not going to catch up to the cars ahead. Right then, let's see what's this battle going on for 8th place. It's now heating up. Daryl that's leading it, followed by the Black Biscuit. Then it's Cloud Air, and then it's Iceman. The gap now 11 seconds behind Janier. Black Biscuit going to go brave around the outside, hits the wall. He might lose that 10th spot to 9th spot, sorry, to Cloud Air, and he does. So Cloud Air picking up a bit of a mistake from the Black Biscuit running wide in turn 1. Yeah, you have to feel bad for Eternicus a bit. He is at a lonely place considering it's 100 laps, but he could have fun battling with the likes of the leaders ahead of him. Let's see what's going on then. Still nose to tail there. No one really attempting to make a move. Gap is sort of stabilising a bit between him and Thomas now. Just over 5 seconds. What's the gap now? It's actually now over 2 seconds. So Lato and Janier are sort of not working well together. But they need to catch up with Thomas there and have ourselves a 3-car battle for 5th. Let's see where Eternicus is compared to the leaders. He's actually all over the back of him. Yeah, we're right on board with Eternicus, and there is the chasing pack. Ronald flashing his light to say to Eternicus, move out the way! Move out the way! Look at them, they're charging. They're The chivalry, here they come. He's going to have to go a little bit wide there. Puts the brakes on quite a bit there. That could have been a disaster there, but good awareness there. Oh, Contrail could be hanging back. Oh, that could be a mistake there because Contrail was a little bit back from Eternicus there, and maybe Contrail might have just lost the slipstream for the battle for the lead. So Contrail's got to do it all over again. Let's see, has he lost the draft? He has. It's over a second. But he's sort of closing. Just a teensy bit. Look at behind there is Eternicus. Yeah, the gap's moving up just slightly now. It's up to 1.1 seconds. Contrail is out the slipstream. He's got to do a wonders there. Pit stop again. Eternicus said just brushing the wall. Still no harm, no foul. So then we've got ourselves a free car battle for the lead. Contrail falling off the draft. That was because of the slow Eternicus. So the gap is now Thomas Mr. TT now up to 2.7 seconds. So Lato and Janier are really not working together. Janier must have made a mistake. It's now up to 2.5 seconds. So what did Janier do? And now, again, this battle going on for 8th place. At least there's overtaking there's going on here. That's good to see. Cloutair now leading this charge for 8th. Sort of closing away from, pulling away from the Black Biscuit. And you've got Darrow in 10th and then the Iceman in 11th. Pit stops will be happening again in around about 8 laps now. 8 laps from now, possibly. So then we're looking again for the battle for someone that's left. Oh, Lato's made a pit stop. Lato is making a pit stop. Lap 42. I think, oh, he didn't have a lot of fuel. That's why. So he must have done a little short run. He's going to get himself lapped anyways. Oh, Rubens is taking the lead. I didn't see that, but Rubens is our new race leader. Yellow flags are being waved. That's only because Lato was coming out of the pit lane. Rono having a look on the inside, going into turn 1. Thinks better of it. So then, we've got our stats. I believe that is our fifth, our 5th new leader. Rubens is now leading. Rono has led some laps. Tater D has led some laps. Janier did, and Contrail has as well. Lap 45 out of 100. It is Ruben with my livery in the lead. Bruno Thomas all over the back end of him there. A little sideways in the middle 1 or 2. You don't want to go in the flat part of the track. That will upset the car a little bit and it will lose that bit of momentum. And that is the reason why Ronald took advantage of Ruben's mistake going on the flat part of the track. And he will lose the lead and Ronald will inherit the lead again. But it's like I said, you don't want to hit the flat part of the track because it will upset the car and you will lose that bit of momentum. Look in the background though, look at Tater D in 3rd position because look who's behind him is my co-commentator Lateral, who did make a pit stop a few laps ago. And he's obviously got the fresher tyres and you can see why he's got the fresher tyre. He's all over the back of Tater D now. Now then, Lato could play smart here. He could change his fuel mixture to 2, stick it in the draft, save some of that fuel. And then when Ronald, Ruben and Tater D will come out of the pit lane, Lateral could be possibly battling with them. That's a big bump there. Now, did something happen in front of him? I'm not too sure. Let's have a look. But that was a big hit. Let's see what's going on here then. So we will... There's the back of Lateral. Now, did Tater D make a big mistake or something? Rubens was having a look, sticks in behind, puts the brake on quite a lot. Yeah, he put the brakes on a bit, and that's why Lateral went into the back of him. And as a result of that, he's sort of lost the draft a bit. Huge hit from Tay Today from the back of Latto. But I don't think that was Latto's fault there. I really don't think it was. Again, tyre wear is an issue because Latto G has got 5 laps of new fresh tyres, so he's obviously clearly the faster of between Tay and himself. But yeah, it's now a 2-car battle for the lead. Although Tay Today is just hanging on to the slipstream of Rubennn's ahead of him. Thomas is in the pits from 6th place. Here he comes in the 5 guys 87 car. Going to put fuel in his Ford Mustang and all. Meanwhile, back up front with the leader, and Tay Today is making his pit stop now. Big bump there from Rubennn's, from Ronald, to Ronald, sorry, as Thomas has just come out. And now he's sort of getting a bit of a battle with Latto G. That is a battle for position. Now, if Thomas can catch up into the slipstream of Ruby, and if Latto hangs on to the tails of Thomas, we could see some new contenders battling for the lead of this race. But of course, Latto pitted in, I believe it was lap 42. I think it was. We're nearly half distance, actually. Nearly approaching lap 50. Anyone else making a pit stop? Ronald and Ruby stays out. Contrail goes into the pit lane. Chenier now 13 seconds away from Contrail. And he will have to make a pit stop now. Look at his fuel gauge. It's really low. He should be pitting in now. No, he stays out. Okay, then. Black Biscuit now into 5th. Let's get out of that camera angle. It's now a 3-car battle. So someone is coming in. Darrell's coming into pit lane. Iceman hangs on with him. Iceman was one of the late people to make a pit stop, so he can have a few laps longer. And now then, it's a 4-car battle there. You've got 2 lap cars. Is Ruben and Ronald both going into pit lane? Yes, indeed they are. Thomas is trying to protect his 10th place from Latto. So this is interesting. Ruby and Ronald both into the pit lane. Look at their fuel gauge. That could be a critical part as well. Ruben's got 10% left with Ronald's 3%. So this is interesting. I would say Ruben will come out in the lead, but it all depends on Tay Today, wherever he is at the moment. He's actually in a battle with Contrail. And I don't think Contrail's pitted and all, has he? Oh, yes, he did. Contrail did pit. So this is going to be interesting here. I like these strategic calls that are going out. Iceman will now have the race lead. Here comes Ruben. They're both coming out. Rubens and Ronald will come out together. Well, sort of. Not together, really. But it looks like Ruben will hold on to the race lead. Ronald in 3rd, and here comes the charging pack of Contrail and Tay Today. Black Biscuit making his pit stop. He falls out from 8th place and allows Chenier to get up. And here comes Tay Today with a massive bump. Take that, says T. Let's see what's going on here then with the battle for, well, potentially will be 5th place now, because Iceman has not yet made a pit stop. His 2nd pit stop, sorry. Lap 52 of 100. But it is still Iceman that's in the lead. He's just going into turn 3 now. The gap really coming down in a hurry. He should be making a pit stop either this lap or the next lap. Let's see if he pulls into the pits this time around. Does he go into the pit? Yes, he does. So he will lose the race lead and hands it back to Ruben. And there is a massive scrap going on for 3rd now. Tay Today actually on the inside thinks better of it. Just sticks in behind and tucks into the slipstream, as now Rubens will inherit the lead yet again. So we've passed half distance now, lap 53 of 100. Rubens from Contrail, Ronald, Tay Today, Thomas, Latto, Iceman, well sorry, Chenier now in 7th. It's just a case of where Iceman is going to come out. He's actually going to come out behind the battle for this nice battle that's going on for 8th place now. So the Black Biscuit will now take 8th place. Then it's the Cloudtail, Daryl. And then Iceman will come out in 11th place. And I think Eternicus... Yeah, Eternicus is actually on the lead lap now. Eternicus is on the lead lap, but he's got some cars to battle with. So that's good to see Eternicus now actually having a battle. Meanwhile, back up front, and Rubens has pulled himself a big gap, a 1.1 second lead over the pack that is in second between Ronald Contrail. Ronald's past Contrail. Oh, and now the gap is sort of coming down. Back on board with Ronald. He's now in the slipstream of Ronald because he's in within a second. Look at the gap just coming down. It's down to 8/10. Now into the first corner. You can see there's not a lot of banking in the first 10. Again, hitting the flat part. You don't want to do that there, Ronald. Look at Rubens going to the infield there, trying to break the toe from the charge and pack that is behind him. But look at this, a raging going on for third place. Tater D versus Contrail. But it's going to be Contrail that's going to hold on to that third position again. It looks like the outside is the better line to go. And now Rubens sticks his forward in the middle of the track, goes to the wall. Rono has set the fastest lap of the race. That's a big break there from Rubens. What's he done there? That's a huge break there. I think that was a case of Rubens doesn't want to be a sitting duck and have the pack close up a lot. So that could be a bit of a smart strategy from Rubens, but he could be overtaken here. Look at the damage on the back of Rubens' Ford. Careful with that. That took me ages to do that livery. Goodness me, it's absolutely destroyed. I'm going to have to do another one now after this race. There's a car ahead of them going into turn 1. I think that might be Contrail. Yes, and it is. So Contrail was sort of falling off the draft now from Iceman. So I don't know what happened to Eternicus. Did he make a mistake or what have you? Because the gap's up to 4.6 seconds now. So he must have made a mistake somewhere, which again we didn't pick up on. So again, my apologies. See what the gap is now between Ronald to Thomas. It's now 18 seconds. Ronald's down to 4th. Look at this. They're double file now for the lead. T getting help from Ronald. Contrail trying to get help from Ruben. But now Tater D's got no one to help. No friends behind him, so he can't get the lead, can he? He can't get third place. Nearly goes up in Ronald and bangs back into 4th position. Slipstream is really strong around here, like it really is. Oh, and there's a bit of contact for second in the tunnel turn. Look at this, nose to tail. The battle for the lead is absolutely raging. It really is. No one wants to make an attempt for the pass. Contrail with the bump draft, then followed by Tater D. Contrail should help Contrail. He should, yes. I think I've said that a couple of times, I believe. But I mean, look at the cars there, the nose to tail there. It's good racing to see this, like it really is. Let's have a drink of my water because my throat's again going. And we've got nearly 40 laps of this left. Oh God. Anyway, they are slowly catching up on Eternicus to put another lap on him. But Eternicus is back on the lead lap, so that will put him 1 lap down again. If they are catching up, but it looks like, you know, Contrail and Tater D are starting to be a little bit aggressive and they want to make moves. They want to work the way, get the lead again. Contrail having a look on the outside of Ronald. It might work, you know, because Ronald's got no friends behind him. Rubens is trying to help Ronald. But Ronald's going to fall back to 4th place and Contrail's going for the lead now. Into turn 3. Someone was scraping the wall. I believe that was Tater D. But will Contrail take the lead? No, he won't. Rubens will still hold on to it. And this is what it is. It's this co-opetition is what Darryl Waltrip will say. You need to help someone to get them to the lead or overtake them. You can't do it by yourself. You cannot overtake someone by yourself. You've got to have help behind you, so they can pass the leader that is currently Rubens now. Look at them. They're trying to fan out 3 wide. Contrail with a big push there from T. And takes the lead because of it there. Around the outside of Rubens goes Contrail. And Contrail will inherit the lead again. Look at this race. Some insane racing. Yellow flags are being waved from the starter gate. Don't know what that could be. Have we got a retirement? I'm not too sure. Oh, I think Eternicus must have pitted, I believe. That's a NASCAR terminology, by the way, Lemmy. Just to let you know. I know Ronald's got friends in real life, but in NASCAR terminology, that's what it means. He's got no friends, meaning he's got no one to help. So he's like under some threat there. Anyway, Contrail back in the lead, like we did see him in the early laps of this race. Ruben in down to second, third is Tate D, and then Ronald, no friends, is in fourth. Gap now up to 20 seconds, and I think Thomas... Oh, okay then, so now we've got a 3-car battle for 5th place. Lato was leading it, followed by Janier, and then Thomas Mr. TT. Into turn 1 they go, with the 3 of them. But yeah, 20 seconds is a lot to catch up on these two, and then Lato taking a very wide lane there. That's interesting. Maybe he wants to fall to the back of it, which he has done, and let Janio take the helm. See if he can close the gap there, because obviously Lato wasn't working when he was leading this battle. Let's see how this battle for 8th place is going then. Black Biscuit ahead of Iceman. Clout Air sort of falling back from him and Darryl. That are battling together there. Black Biscuit scraping the wall, as did Clout Air. Let's have a look at the top 4 of the fuel. So Contrail is less than halfway. Rubens has got plenty more fuel than Contrail. Tater D and Contrail have got sort of like the same, and Rono is exactly on half distance halfway on fuel. So Rono looking the favourite now for fuel rise at least. But don't forget though, Tater D and Contrail pitted in earlier than what Rubens and Rono did, so that could also play a part as well. 35 laps to go. Anyone in the chat, who do you think will win this race? Anyone's, I can imagine it's down between these 4. Janier 21 seconds back, that's a long way behind. I don't think they're going to catch up and win this. Rono is falling way back. Oh, and what's happened to Ruben? Ruben's just got spun. Let's see what happened here. Did he put the power on early? Let's have a look. Tay was passing him. Oh, Tay was making a bit of an aggressive pass. Oh, and Tay went into him. And then there were 3. And Rubens is coming into the pits as a result of that. So now it's a 3-car battle for the race lead. There's no one behind Sean. What are you doing? So that will allow Janier, Thomas, Lato, Black Biscuit and Iceman to move up. Where is Rubens? He's out down in 11th position. But that is absolutely disaster for Rubens there. And that wasn't through his own fault. That was a case of T going down on Rubens. And then that spun the car around there. So Tater D there, to me, at fault. Ooh. I think people are saying they're different in the chat, though. They might be right. I don't know. Just at the heat of the moment, I really don't know. Anyways. Looking at the chats there, with the comments there. What time is it? Also, it's only 8:30. It's not late night yet. Right then, so it's now a free car. Well, it's a free horse race. Effectively now, Atenicus has been lapped. See what's going on there for 4th place. Oh, and again, Janier Thomas battling for that 4th place. Lato into the pits to make his 3rd pit stop. Lots of scraping in the wall behind. That was Clout there. And I think it was also... Oh, look at that. Rubens is on a hurry now. He's on a mission. He's past Clout there just like that. Oh, God, nearly hits the wall going into turn 1, did Ruben. That'll be also kissing the wall, going into the tunnel turn. That's turn 2 right here. Now this is interesting. I think the pit leaders will have to pit very soon. Rubens is actually in purple. He's on for the fastest lap here. I think That'll be just saying, okay, you're faster. I'll move out the way for you, Ruben. And there he go. Oh, I thought he was going to come down on Ruben. Is this the fastest lap of the race here from Ruben? No, it's not. But Ruben making his recovery back to the front. He's now in 8th. Yes, Lemmy, I think Ruby is on fire. He is, literally. Okay, then, battle again for the lead. Say the D. Then Contrail was going to the outside. And here comes Ronald, goes to the inside, going into Tunnel Town for the 71st time. Less than 30 laps to go. The question is, well, I know Tater Day and Ronald and Contrail will have to pit very soon, but where will that leave Ruben? Because he's now pretty much out of pit sequence with those top 3. So this is going to be interesting now. Will Ruben's, early pit stop could affect this race for Ruben himself? Ruby not likely to come 3rd anymore. It's actually 3rd. It's a RD, not a TH, Daniel. Come on. Here comes Ronald. Looking to the inside. Nearly side by side, but sticks into the toe of T. You should be ha Dans. Taking the crap out of me saying Ronald and all that. Come on, get your positions right, man. Oh, I love to see a bit of banter in the chat there. I love to see it. That's what ARC is all about. Just having a good time. And make constant mistakes. It's good, like, it's awesome. Anyways, Ronald's back into the lead. Table fall down to 2nd. Contrail holding on to 3rd position. Thomas is now 4th. 25 seconds back from Janier. And now Rubens is still making his recovery up to 6th position. Now I believe Thomas has got to pit. Janier's got to pit very soon. Let's have a look there. Oh wow, that's the 200th comment. I'm guessing Lateral was the thirst, as in like 1 RD, is he? I'm guessing he is, eh? Anyway, big thank you to the 19 people that are watching. Here comes T to D, going back to get the lead, and he does. That was like a power move there from T to D. If only T to D had an OD. He comes into pits anyways. If only T to D had an OD in between the T and the AY, it would have been today the D. That would have been a lot better actually, but oh well. Anyway, T to D, the first of the top 3 to be going into the pit lane. Look at this fuel though, only 1% left in his fuel tank. And meanwhile, looking back at Rubennn's. Chanel's going into pits. Thomas stays out, so Thomas will go into third. And now back up front with the lead. Darrell's into the pit lane, followed by, I think Cloudhair was also making the pit stop. And now the 2 leaders into the pit lane. And I think that was all because of T to D pitting in a lap ago. So Ronno and Contrail reacting to T's pit stop. Look at Ronno's fuel compared to Contrail's though as well, 14% to 4. And that was all because Ronno was saving fuel when he was in this, was stuck in the slipstream of Contrail and Ruby and T behind them. Thomas is also in the pit lane, so Rubennn's will now have the lead. Darrell's just coming out onto the track, so he could be nearly lapped. Ronno does come out. So Rubennn's is back in the lead again, but he will have to make a pit stop sometime soon. And I think for Ronno and Contrail, that would have been their last pit stop. T to D comes out 4th, but he will have the fresher tyres, so his tyres will be at optimum temperature over Contrail and Ronno. So here we go. This is it, the final stint. As Ronno and Contrail and T have all made all their pit stops. Look at Lado though. Lado was about 20 odd seconds behind the top 4. It's now to 10 seconds. But he'll have to pit again. His fuel gauge there, that's not going to last him 25 laps though. I've just noticed there at his fuel gauge, so Lado could fall down a bit more from 5th. Unfortunately for my co-commentator, who's number 1 now according to Dan's. I hope Dan's will be doing terrible in season 3. I hope. But anyway, back with Rubennn's, who's in the lead, but looking at his fuel gauge, that's not 23 laps worth of fuel. It definitely. Let's have a look. Did he underfuel? No, it's sort of about the same. If more than anything, Contrail's got more fuel than Ronno. Ronno just passing Cloudhair, who's now a lap down. So I believe we may have 8 cars on the lead lap. The Black Biscuit is the last car on the lead lap. Let's see how the Black Biscuit is doing, all by himself. But he's the next guy to be lapped. As we're looking on board at the back there and see Ruby ahead. Coming up on nearly 20 laps to go. Oh goodness me, Black Biscuit, hold on to that thought forward there. He's done that a few times, hitting the wall or at turn 1, hasn't he? Oh, he's done it again. Goodness me. We have seen the Black Biscuit before. He has done some endurance races. I believe he did Le Mans. Did he also do Bathurst as well? I believe he did. But I can't mind if he was a Porsche Super Cup driver or if he was a GR3 driver. I may need to check up on that. I don't know what Cloudhair's Discord is. He might be relatively new. Must be. Anyway, we're looking at Cloudhair anyways. We'll look on board at the front and see Ronald just ahead. Oh, that's right, it's Morgan's fuel free. Of course it is, that's right. Ah. Oh, look at the run that Cloudhair's doing, and he's giving Ronald a love tap. Actually, Cloudtail's in the purple. He could actually have the fastest lap of the race. Let's actually ride with Cloudtail. He's actually catching up to Daryl too, by the way. That will be a battle for position. Even though they are a lap down each of them. Let's see what he does. A 42.585. So good lap time for Cloudtail, and that's all because he's in the slipstream of Ronald. But that gap is definitely coming down. Yeah, it's less than a second now. Here comes Ronald stalking behind his fellow ARC boss member, community person, man. Let's see. Quickly shifting down 2 gears to 4th into the final turn. Ronald passing Daryl. Now we've got ourselves a battle for 9th place. Here comes Cloutair. He makes the pass on Daryl. But here comes Ronald. Here he comes. Here he comes. Big bump. Here comes Cloutair trying to bump draft Ronald. Couldn't do it just yet. Don't mess this up here, Cloutair. Please don't. That's what I call it. Here he goes. Here comes Ronald to the inside. Oh my god, is Cloutair making it 3 wide? That is awful brave, but also stupid at the same time, Cloutair. No, Rubens will hold on to the lead. But he'll have to pit within... my guesstimate will possibly, we'll say maybe 5, 6, 7 laps or so. Looking at his fuel though, he's now down to less than a quarter in his fuel tank, so he will have to pit within the next 7, 8 laps or so. Oh hello, Ronald with a nice bump draft. He was trying to go for the bump and run on the exit of turn 1. Here comes Iceman. Throw a bit of another lap car in the mix. This is going to be disaster here. Unbelievable, that was close there. Iceman is ghosted. I wonder if he's not there or if he's taking the toilet, as Latter will make his last pit stop. They are catching up on more guys, and here comes Ruben into the pit lane. So Ruben is not going to win this race. It's all down now because with Ronald. But what is the gap between him and Contrail? It's 3.2 seconds. So by my reckoning, it looks like it's all Ronald's here. Is it going up? It's sort of coming down a bit. Oh my god. If I was Ronald, I'd be a little bit scared of Cloutair because he's trying to unlap himself. Rubens looks like he's going to come out in 4th place, just ahead of Thomas Mr. TT. Goes on the flat part of the track there just to let Thomas maybe go by, but he doesn't. Let's see what's happening here. So the top 3 have pretty much spread it out, which is not a bit kind of disappointment though. But you know, we've got lap traffic ahead. As TDD's got Lato just ahead. And then Contrail all by himself in 2nd. He's sort of closing the gap between him and Ronald. But I'm wondering if Ronald's feeling a little... oh my goodness me, look at that bump drafting. Yeah, Cloutair is trying to pretty much unlap himself. Because he's desperate to get by Ronald. And I mean, fair play to Cloutair if he wants to try and challenge to unlap himself. Marvelous has got his fingers crossed for Ronald. It's definitely looking good, but that gap is sort of closing down a bit. No, it's going up again. It's up to 2.8. I did see it at 2.6. Yeah, he could be. I'm a bit sceptical here with Cloutair because he does want to try and unlap himself, and I think Daryl does too. So Ronald's got to be a little bit smart here. Gap coming down again, 2.3 seconds. Contrail's flying. Now, this could be significant here because Lato could also play a part in this battle for the lead. We've got 13 laps to go. Because Lato is helping TD catch up to Contrail. Thomas Mr. TT and Rubens are battling together for 4th place there. They're 24 seconds back. They are like a good fair back from T. But this is going to be interesting. because Ronald was holding on to the lead. Cloudtail and Dado are trying to unlap themselves. Now Contrail, Lato and T are all working together, and they want to close Ronald so we can have ourselves a massive scrap for the lead. Also, Lato was closing up on Cloudtail and Dado at the same time. So this is going to be interesting here. Do you know something? I'm sitting on a wooden chair right now. I'm literally on the edge of my seat and my bum is very sore. So I better sit back here, because these next 12 laps are going to be quite exciting. The gap less than 2 seconds. Ronald could be a worried man. Ronald has actually unlapped him. He's let Cloudtail and Dado to pass him. So now... Oh no, Ronald's passing Dado. So they're going to be side by side, and it's going to allow Contrail and T to close up. And it's now 1.5 seconds with nearly 10 laps to go. And they are catching. They are catching. They're nearly in the slipstream of Dado is Contrail, Lato and T. Oh, Cloudtail, a bit of sparks flying up. Dado hitting the wall on the exit of the tunnel turn. And all this, they're also closing up on the Black Biscuit, who's in 7th place. Ronald's in a dangerous spot right now. He really is in a dangerous spot. Gap sort of going up now. Let's see. The battle for second. Contrail followed by Lateral, who's a lap down. T a little bit further back than he should be. He should be on the coattails of Glattel. But the lead now down to 1.2 seconds. Oh, this is going to be exciting, folks. Yep, could lap traffic play a huge part in this ending of the race? And I think Contrail is now in the slipstream of Daddle. Here we go then, the last 10 laps of this race. Who is going to win it? Will it be Thomas? Will it be Contrail? Or will it be Taylor Dean? Ronald is quite... I think he's going to be quite worried here. Looking at the back, it's a 6-car battle. 3 of them are on a lap down. The other two behind him is second place and Taylor D. Taylor D is really dropping back. He might fall out of the slipstream. Here comes Contrail now. He's in the back of Cloud Air. Oh, goodness me, Cloud Air. That could have been disaster there. And now you got the top two together. Oh, I thought Cloud Air was going to go down a bit. Oh, was there contact on the straightaway between Contrail and Cloud Air? That looked a bit. Ronald backing off a bit. Oh, that's Iceman. He's just been ghosted again. Where's the Black Biscuit? There he is. We just seen where the Black Biscuit was. So as much as we've got a battle, Taylor D is falling out of it. Look at this. This is insane racing. They're 3 wide. That's all for 7th place. And here comes Dado. He's going to make it 4 wide. Holy smokes. Oh, the 22 people that are watching this. There we go. This is interesting. These last 10 laps are going to be exciting. Contrail is now past the lap cars. But we've got an insane battle for the lead, and even insane battle for 7th place between Cloud Air. And he's having a look on the inside of Contrail. Don't spoil the race here now, Cloud Air. Oh, Contrail going around the outside in the tunnel turn. That is brave. That is really brave. Can he do it, though? I think he might have got it, you know. He's going to have help with Latto. So lap traffic is going to play a part in this end of this race. Taylor D is pretty much... What Taylor D needs to get up there in a hurry. He's got to... He has to go. He has to go to Taylor D. Oh, this is incredible, this. This is so good to see. Latto now into 7th. Thomas down to 2nd. Latto wants to try and unlap himself. Oh my goodness me. Go on then, who's your money on now? Contrail or Ronald? How far back is T today though? How far back is he? Yeah, Darrow and the Black Biscuit have fallen away from that battle. Let's ride on board with T. Let's see how it is. He's got to make his move now. He has to make his move. He's got to pass the Black Biscuit. He's got to pass Darrow. And he has to pass Clout Air and Lato if he wants to catch up with Contrail and Ronald. 6 laps to go now. If you want my honest opinion, I think it's a 2-horse race now for the win. Both Black Biscuit and Ron T hit the wall. Lato is now unlapped himself and they're side by side for the lead. Ronald on the inside, Contrail on the outside. Who's going to get it? They're also battling for 9th there between Darrow and the Black Biscuit. But Contrail will hold on to the lead. This is so good to see. 5 laps to go and lap traffic has played a huge part for this finish. It's obviously cost T today. He's not going to win it, I don't think, but it's down to Contrail and Ronald. Again, Ronald looking to the inside. He's going to have help from Clout Air. No, thinks better of it. Sticks to Contrail. Still side by side, going into the final turn for the 96th time. Ronald goes a little bit up on Contrail and takes the lead as we've got 4 laps to go. Oh, this is incredible. Neil Gold's going absolutely mental in the group chat. I don't blame you. This is going to be an incredible finish to this race. 4 laps to go. And look at Contrail's fuel. Does he have enough fuel left in that Ford? I don't know. What about Ronald? Ronald looks perfectly fine. I'm a bit concerned for Contrail's fuel here. He's got to have to save fuel. I don't think that's 3 laps of fuel left in that tank of Contrail. I genuinely don't think he has got that much left in his tank. He's got to be saving some fuel. Janier is out. Look at them all go to the inside trying to get the tow from the lap cars ahead. Lato's gone into 6th. He passes Janier. But Ronald, Clout Air's now gone ahead of Contrail. 3 laps to go. But I just don't know if Contrail has got enough fuel left in the car. Black Biscuit again hitting the wall on turn 1 for like the 69th time. But look, the gap's up to a second. Janier moves well out of the way from Ronald. And Clout Air too. He might be in threat to lose that position. But again, I think, looking at that fuel gauge from Contrail, I don't think he's got enough to go. So I think we're going to be spoiled with an incredible finish. And that was all because Contrail has not saved enough fuel. So I think Ronald has got this in the bag as we've got 2 laps to go. Ronald in the lead, Contrail second, T the D in third. Let's see this battle for 4th going on there between the 2 Belgians. Thomas ahead of Ruben. What could have been no for Ruby. Lato in 6th. But he's unlapped himself from Ronald. There is the leader behind. We've got 6 cars on the lead lap. But Contrail, looking at that fuel, I don't think that's enough left, I don't think. We'll find out. He might be under a lot of pressure now from T to D because he's coming in a hurry. And he has got, I believe he might have 1 lap worth of fuel left. But here we go. White flag is out for Ronald Thomas to take up yet another win in an ARC special event. We did see him dominate the endurance race at Le Mans a few months ago. And it looks like he's going to win this special race. Although, look at his fuel. Is he good to go? Look at Contrail. Contrail is nearly out though. And look, Tater Day's going for 2nd around the outside of Contrail and he takes it. So Tater Day will now go into 2nd. Contrail will hold on to 3rd at least. He's 26 seconds ahead of Ruby. But here we go then. Final turn. Ronald Thomas, the favourite you could see. The KFC chicken car will win the special race. He's out of fuel too. He just came across the line out of fuel. And so too has Contrail. Contrail ran out of fuel as well in the last turn. Unbelievable. Oh wow. Tater Day will finish 2nd. Contrail 3rd. Who's going to win for fourth? Look at this. Will it be Fast Foods or DuPont? Here they go, side by side across the line. Will Thomas or Ruben get it? It's going to be Thomas that will hold on to fourth. Rubens will take fifth. And we'll take Lateral, who's still racing by himself in sixth place. Clout Air, 7th place. Black Biscuit, then Daryl. Janier in 10th. Eternicus, 11th. And who was Iceman in 12th place. But what a finish to that race that was. Oh, and Lateral's out of fuel too. Lateral out of fuel. So there is your winner. Thomas, the winner, followed by Tater D, and then Eternicus in 3rd place. But what a finish that was. That was exciting. That was really exciting now. It was just a shame that we were deprived of a battle for the win between Contrail and Ronald there, if Contrail had enough fuel. But no, awesome racing there. Thoroughly enjoyed this 100 lap race. I hope you did as well in the chat. All 20 of you that are watching. That was good fun. That was good fun. I don't even have any one of my friends here. You know, this is a new account. You know, I don't have any. But yeah, well done there to Ronald. Well done to all of the people that raced. Anyways, that was a superb job from all of them. And yeah, who'd have thought lap traffic could have played a part in that ending there? Oh, that was good. Oh, wow. Unbelievable racing. Anyways, a big thank you to the people that were watching this. I'm going to have a nice bath. I need some food because I'm absolutely hungry. I'm going to do some... Oh, Lauderdale wants an interview. Woohoo! My cool commentator wants an interview. I think I've got him as well, actually. Actually, I've got Rubens here. Hold on. Let's unmute Rubens and let's hear it from him. Ruby? Oh my, what happened there? To me, it looked like Tay came down on you, but I think in the chat they were disagreeing on what I said.
No, I think Tay lost control of the car coming out of that final turn, and I think yeah, he hit me in the process, you know, and then I spun into the wall, sadly.
Yeah. I thought he came down on you, but I think I was riding on board with you with the replay, so I didn't see that he didn't get sideways there. But yeah, that what do you think of the finish there, Thomas? There picking up the win.
Yeah, I actually I ran out of fuel in the end, but it was big fun battling with Thomas. By the way, Sable, can you maybe invite Lateral?
I'll invite my co-commentator. Hold on a second here. Oh, Ronald's not wanting an invite, eh? I hope we can hear Lateral's voice in this party chat. I'm hoping. Yes, I know, Nom Nom, he's getting an interview. Chill down, man. Jesus Christ.
Chill down, chill.
Yeah. There's Lateral.
No. Lateral. Welcome, man.
Lateral. Mr. Fuel Safe.
Mr. You had a solid. I had a decent finish there, Lateral. I think what was going on with the qualifying, because I think you qualified in 10th because to me you made a mistake in qualifying, even though you were like one of the fastest guys out there or something like that. Oh.
Okay.
They can't... Cloutair.
Janir, yeah, Janir.
It also says here in the chat there, apparently Dan's Field says he can't hear you, Lateral. I think you might have your mic on, I don't know, not on broadcast or something.
Yeah, maybe you don't have the setting to share your microphone. Yeah, that might be.
So we gotta do it again. This, you know, it actually feels so weird actually talking to my commentator.
Well, I guess I have to say that again, but...
Yeah, you have to say that. What did I say first question? Oh yes, qualifying, that messed you up.
Yeah. Yeah, I decided to run automatic transmission for this race instead of the normal manual. I run with the wheel, just decided to have a little bit of fun with it. Kept it on the throttle a bit too much through turn 1, so the car didn't downshift, and that would put me into the wall. Mistake on my part, I'll admit it. If we ever run an event again, I know not to do that, just push a little bit too hard. That put me back in 10th for the race, so it was just to try to recovery there. I know I had the pace of some of the top guys, like Thomas and Rono. I know I've been there in practice. It's just I had to try and claw my way back up through the field.
What do you think about the battle for the lead? Because lap traffic played a huge part in the outcome of this race, and you were involved in it. Cloutair was involved in it. Black Biscuit for a bit. Darryl as well. And yeah, what was that about?
Well, just at that point, I had to make that 5th stop. I didn't quite have enough fuel. I short fuel to fill a lot of the stops, trying to get up as much time as I could. So at that point, I had the fresh tires, slightly lighter tank of fuel, and I know I was back in 10th at that point again, so I had to just really push the car, and I just happened to catch up to the leaders. I know Contrail and them were fast, so just pushed Contrail up to the group in front of me that I needed to pass. It was basically just kind of selfish in a way, as I was just trying to gain as many positions as I could without trying to mess with the leaders' race. Well, but it was a close race. Good congratulations to those guys.
Oh, that was so good to race there, because there was like a battle between Rono and Contrail, plus there was like a 4-car battle for 7th place between you, Black Biscuit, Cloutair, and Darryl. That was insane, absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I would have liked to have been a bit higher. I know I was up there with Thomas and then Ruben after he spun there. I had the pace to be with them, just I didn't have the right strategy. Decided to come in early. I noticed my pace was starting to drop off, trying to battle with Cloutair and them. So I decided to make the short stop and make something of it, try to gain as many positions as I could that way, but that threw off my my fuel cycle, and that cost me, but in the end I tried to turn it back a little bit in that last stint. It sort of worked out.
Oh, at least you redeemed yourself by finishing in 6th place. You were my vote, you were my pick to win this race as well, so you let me down a bit here, Lateral. You let me down.
Yeah, well, if we ever run another event, I'll do my best to try not let you down that time, but I think I definitely had the pace if I had qualified better, but, you know, hindsight's always 20/20.
Oh, there could be another NASCAR event in a few months' time, if possible.
Well, this one seemed to have as much fun as last time. I'd definitely like to do another one.
Yeah. Has anyone got Cloutair on their friends list? Because I don't have him on this. Because he says he's up for an interview.
Let me see, let me check. I should have him.
I don't think I have him, no.
Maybe.
Thomas, if you don't mind me asking, I believe it was in the 2nd or 3rd stint. Were you heavily fuel saving as well?
Yeah, man, I saw you behind me, so... Force you into bump drafting me.
Yeah, I figured at that point I had to save fuel. My stints were off, and then I saw Xavier, but I don't even remember the names at this point. He was catching up to us, and that set out a point like go or not go.
Speaking of Cloutair, there he is. Cloutair, how you doing?
Good.
How was that race then?
Quite intense.
I was quite intense. Last 10 laps there. Last 10 laps was like, very close between the 4 of you, and then also sort of you played the part in the outcome of this race.
Yeah, I definitely gave Rono a couple good boosts there. to try to help out.
Oh, you did smack him a good few times in the rear. No pun intended there. That's not dirty or anything, but you know, that's that's just called bump drafting, folk.
I just wanted to take take the draft and you kind of allow him to carry me into 7th place, which kind of worked out. Lateral obviously got best of us and passed us for almost a second ahead by the end, but yeah, no, it worked out in the end. I was just glad I didn't wreck any of the top guys out, like Rono or Contrail.
I was a bit worried there too, because I was looking at Rono and then you were at the back of him and you were going left, right. To me, it looked like you were trying to unlap yourself from Rono. Was that the case that you were doing, like the last 10 laps or so?
I was debating on it for a bit there, but then I kind of saw that we were going to have Contrail in the mix, so I was just like, I should probably just kind of stick by here and, as I said, ride it out to 7th place. And then once he got into the mix, it was kind of like, okay, a few times I could have passed one of them, could not, but at the same time, like, I would so heavily interfere and I could possibly cause a wreck. I didn't really want to do that, right? If I wanted to use that group to gain 7th, I wanted to just make sure that we all got there instead of, causing a huge catastrophe of right at the end, right?
Oh no, there wouldn't have been a catastrophe. I wasn't racing, so it's all good. So after this race, do you feel that you up to race for season 3 for the ARC?
I'm debating on it, definitely. I mean, it would be a good environment if I can place 7th in this kind of like off series, just one-off event. I think I could still do probably mid to back of season 3, but we'd have to see. I just have to try to find the time to be able to put aside to actually be able to continuously join every Sunday, right?
Oh, okay then. I don't think I've got any other questions. I can't think any of the top of my mind. But yeah, thank you to everyone that had an interview, and anyone else want to say the goodbyes before I unbroadcast this? Any shout outs, if you will?
I'll give a little bit of a shout out to Q and Chill Nom Nom, who were just there with me the entire race in the Discord party chat, just talking, giving me information on the stream and stuff.
Oh, I thought Q was
inside people.
Oh, okay then, that's interesting.
You don't have any rule to say you couldn't do that, and I put it in the chat saying I was going to be in there. So.
Oh, Lado, I'm just seeing here. There's a person called May. He says, sorry, I think it's a she, but it says Lat's got first place in my heart. Oh, get a room. I'm guessing that's the missus, isn't it?
I don't think.
It's Q.
I don't know the name.
It's
yeah,
Q. There you go. Get used to a room. There you go. There you are. Lovely. And I thought it was your missus. Sorry, I do apologise, Q. Moves it easy. Right then, so I think that's the end of Blue Moon. Has been an exceptional race, and yeah, we'll see you for the next special event whenever that happens.